You're taking me back to the sleepless nights, phone calls and candlelights. Those were the things I liked the most. And back when we were passing notes in school, spend our summers by the pool, talking about what we'd be when we're grown. Well, those were the days.
Hello guys and dolls on this beautiful Valentine's Day. This is going to be the final video in the Valentine's series. We're going to do the porch and the half bath and then we'll be done. It's not that long of a video, so let's jump right into it. So when I started off, I don't have many materials because I didn't need that many, but I had to have my white Christmas trees out front. I was trying to decide between those and the poinsettias, but this year I didn't want to use them. I didn't want to put anything. Usually I'd put like pink mesh ribbon around the black to cover it up to make it more Valentine's and romantic, but I didn't want to use those. So those are in storage. They won't get bent up this time. I did not put them in bags, but I decided to use my little white Christmas trees. I got these from Five Below maybe 3 or 4 years ago, maybe a little longer than that, I think 3 years ago. And that's why it's important to keep all your pieces together with your tree, even your big trees, because once one of those goes missing, you can end up screwed. Like you can work some magic. I did that in the past when I had like nothing back when I was in like middle school. But definitely keep a hold of all of your pieces and pack them together. I just put them back in the original bag that they came in. And yeah, these were $5 at Five Below. Five Below still has their Christmas trees every year, so next Christmas just snag them. I don't think you can order them online anymore, but you like from Five Below specifically, but you know a lot of people have them. And if you saw my Michael's video, then you know that Michael's has them as well. Not $5, but they have them. And so I just use my white trees. I always have to have symmetry in front of my door. It's one on one side, it has to be one on the other, except for in the fall when I had the cornstalk, with the roll dried cornstalk. I just wanted one and I loved how that came out, but everything else is like depending on the size, I have to have two. And part of the stand on here was a little bit bent, that's why it fell over. So I was like, okay, I already knew since it's outside I was going to make sure that it was more anchored so it didn't fall over in the wind if it was going to be heavy wind, or people if they were coming on the porch or the mailman or anything, and he wouldn't knock it over. So I have loose bricks that I use periodically if ever I need them. I usually don't use them, but I just took 2 bricks and put them on top of the stand closest to the wall for each of them. And then they were 2 different type of bricks, but one of the bricks I realized was too heavy. It was just going to end up maybe breaking the tree if it blew in the wind. So I decided I just needed it anchored. I didn't want it to break or anything, just keep it in place and make sure it didn't fall off. So I swapped that brick out with a lighter one, the one that's like on the other side, and this worked. They haven't fallen over. If they've fallen over, it's because somebody legit just kicked them over. And we've had heavy wind, and it stayed still, and I'm so glad that it worked, because I wasn't sure if it was going to be able to do that with how it was anchored. I didn't know if they were going to keep poking up and slipping and sliding, but it was just fine. And then from that, you know, the daunting task of having a tree, you have to fluff it out. But these trees were smaller, so it didn't take as long as my pink tree, but just fluff these out and it was easy. It was a piece of cake.
Soundstripe.
And this is the garland that I use. It's garland that I've had for a few years now. I got it from Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree always has Valentine's garland, I believe. I'm pretty sure they have it this year too. I don't remember. They always have it. So I just kept this from year to year. I used to use it as a border in the wall, but then I hated it. So it's kind of just been used wherever it can be needed. Sometimes I put it in vases for filler. Sometimes I just use it as abstract. Actually in my dining room, I have one area where I just have a cake dish that's turned up. You know, you can flip it over and make it kind of like a candy dish, and I just have some garland, some red and white heart garland from Dollar Tree in there, just kind of like an abstract look. So I put the garland on that tree, but then when I put it on the second tree, I realized I like the way the second tree looked better, so I just snatched it off of the first tree I did, and then did it like the first one. I like it more so on an angle. And since this is outside and it's Valentine's, I didn't put any ornaments or anything on there because they would have gotten blown in the wind. If somebody would have knocked them over and stepped on, they would have broken or something, would have gotten lost. So I just kept it simple. All I did was just put the pink garland on here, and since it's a white tree, and it's outside, that's all I needed. So I was happy with the way that turned out. And here's my beat up Valentine's welcome mat. And the funny part is I just got this last year, so how it tore so easily, I don't know. It tore last year actually when I had it. I went to put it out, I think, and then it just tore. I got it from TJ Maxx. I do like it. It's kind of small. I like huge welcome mats, but I was like, you know what? There weren't that many options, and this was the cutest one, so it was fine. I was just devastated it ripped, but you know what? It still works. With me, I never have a problem with rugs and placemats and things like that. Like with this, you see me just stepping on it. I just can, even if I put them in storage and I fold them up, all I gotta do is just throw them on the ground and step on them, and they'll flatten out just fine. I never have an issue. And this is my hands aren't ashy, by the way. I was spraying glue. You'll see what I was doing. I was testing the glue to see how it was sprayed, and it's glue on my hands. I use moisturizer, ladies and gentlemen. So I use command hook to put on the sides of the door. I didn't use mounting tape or anything. I wasn't going to do a border like that. And then I hung these welcome signs. They are from Dollar Tree. I got these a few years ago. I think personally Dollar Tree is the best place to go for Valentine's. I still go in there. I don't really go in Dollar Tree as much as I used to. I used to live in there, but seasonally I don't go in Dollar Tree that often to buy things. I more so go other places, but Valentine's, bulk of my stuff comes from Dollar Tree and Home Goods, and a few things from Michael's, but definitely Dollar Tree I think is perfect for Valentine's Day. So I just hung them on either side of the door. Again, symmetry, put them right above the trees, and I love the way it came out. And here's the gnome that I showed you guys when I was in TJ Maxx, the one I snagged, and I wanted to put it on this table. As soon as I saw it, I said, you know what, like I said in that video, it would be perfect on the porch. So I didn't want any table runners, any tablecloths, flowers, nothing. I said, you know what, I just want to put this up there and have that be that. I think it would be really cute, and I like it, and it's been very popular. Now we cut to this angle. I know you guys are like, wait, what's that? Those are my lollipops. I made the lollipops. I actually I went in the Dollar Tree. All these things are from Dollar Tree. And I was started to try to film it, but it became so difficult that I just was like, screw the camera. I tried multiple methods until then I did tester lollipops, so I was deciding what to do. And when these came out looking like lollipops, I said, I'm just going to leave it. There were no white sticks at Dollar Tree, so I went and I had spray paint left over. I always try to have spray paint because when something I want to paint over, it might be a chip or something, it's small, I kind of just spray paint it. I'm not going through the drama of painting it completely. It looks just the same. So I spray painted. I bought broomsticks, other black broomsticks, because they didn't have any white ones, and I spray painted them white. And I said, while those dry, I'm going to put just do a test run because it wasn't working. And I ended up getting the lollipops. You can tell what they are. People keep walking past the house looking up. People ask me, where'd you get those from? And it's like, I got these lollipop ideas and the other candy that you'll see from YouTubers. I did not come up with this. I saw it on YouTube, and if I can find the videos that I saw it in, I will link them for you so you can click on them. It was really easy, but I didn't use glue. I'm about to show you my attempt at trying to put it together. I thought it would be easy to just heat up the broomstick and then poke it right through the plastic, because it's plastic after all, but all it really did was melt the end of the broomstick. It didn't go through the plastic at all, but I will say it kind of gave me a marker to where I needed to cut a circle to insert the broomstick, and it worked really well. So all I ended up doing was just heating up a knife and then using that hot knife, and then it cut right through the bowl. I don't know why this method didn't work. I think it was more so the broomstick than it was anything else. So I just heated up a knife, sliced right through it, and thankfully I had that little circle from the melted plastic and wax on the broom, so I literally just cut around that, and it was a perfect size for me to just stick the broom handle in there. And if you go to the other videos, I did it a little differently. What I did was, you just get 2 Dollar Tree bowls, whatever color you want, and a broomstick. That's all I got from Dollar Tree. That's all you need to put it together. And cellophane, and cellophane from Dollar Tree. And so what I did was use mounting tape, because I didn't want to use glue, because I'm like, I might end up using these bowls again, and it would be difficult to store them if they're glued together. So I used mounting tape. I couldn't find and here is I'll cut back to that in a second. This is what I was spray painting, these sweetheart looking signs. I sprayed those. I didn't spray paint them. I sprayed those with glue because it helps during inclement weather, and I wanted to make sure that they had a chance to not just like bleed and everything like that, because these are from Dollar Tree. These aren't from anywhere fancy smancy or Michael's or anything. It's straight from Dollar Tree, and I didn't want them to bleed, so I sprayed them then with glue, and I let them set before I put them out. And it has worked, because for some reason we have gotten a lot of rain, but they've held up. They look just the same. But with those lollipops, I use mounting tape. I couldn't find my clear mounting tape when I made those. I found it literally after I was done decorating. I found it. I was so mad. But I used mounting tape, just cut really small pieces, lined them around the rim of the bowl, and then took the other bowl, laid it right on top. It held together just fine. So you don't have to use glue if you don't want to, but I use melting tape. And now after I got them up, honestly, I'm probably just gonna throw them out. I doubt I even keep them, but I use that. And then I use the cellophane. You're probably gonna need, if you do 2 lollipops, you'll need 2 wrappings of cellophane. Wrap that around there, and then I just use the hair tie. You always see in my videos, I randomly always have them on my wrist. I don't even know where they come from, and I just tied it around the base of it, and I said, okay, I like it, and I left it, and they look like lollipops, and I like it. And I'll show you, put string lights inside of the lollipops, and you'll see how they look lit up. I prefer that. So I want them to light up. I wanted to put them on the pillars in the front where I put the sweet tart signs, but the lollipops were too big and it didn't sit right. I was upset, but it was fine. And the heart in the window, I actually did that freehand. What I do is I take the string lights and I put them in the shape of a heart, and then I come and wrap the garland around it. I use tape this time. I usually don't use tape, but I was just over it because it just wasn't going right, and I was like, look, I'm just, sometimes you try and you just get sick of it. It's like, look, so I just left the white tape there. I said, look, red, white, and pink, it's Valentine's color, so that's fine. And then with the candy, I did the same thing. You take I think it was fake cake dishes or something from Dollar Tree, and you same thing, I took mounting tape, cut tiny pieces, put it on the side. If you look, you can kind of see that it is a cake dish. Put it on the sides, lay the other cake dish on top, put the cellophane around it, tied it at each end. Those were incredibly easy because you don't have to melt anything and all that. They're super easy, and it came out looking just like candy. I love the way my porch came out. I think it's fabulous, and I'm very happy with it. And this is why I got the idea. I said next year I want to go out and just have a sweet Valentine's, everything be candy, and that's that. Okay, so like story time kinda. I finally went and I had the time, and I thought I had the paint to go and paint the step as you see here, because I decided I'm just gonna paint it blue. I'm not even gonna make it any more intricate or detailed or difficult than it needs to be. I'm not overthinking it. I'm just gonna paint it the blue that you see on the ground. But I was gonna paint the window frame first. I'm like, okay, I have the white paint left over and I have blue paint left over, so let me just start with the window pane. I had on my paint clothes and everything, and I went and I grabbed the paint pals, poured the paint in, and then I grabbed the paint, and it's like, wait, you don't have any paint left. I finally had the time, finally had the energy, and I was going to go and paint the windowsill, the frame of the window, and I was going to paint the step, and there was no white paint left. So then I was like, okay, well, I can still paint the step. Nope, because I didn't have any paint rollers. So now I'm not even home. I'm home at this moment now. I'm home. I'm leaving probably 24 hours after this goes up, leaving again. So I've been yo-yoing for like a month, but it's like I was finally home. I was home. I wasn't leaving. I wasn't going anywhere, and I had the time. I had the energy. Had on my clothes, I was ready to go, and then no paint. That irked me so much. So now I have to find the time to get back to the store, match the paint that I use, and bring it back, and then paint everything. And in this video, you're actually going to see the ceiling, the roof of the porch, because yeah, it's a mess. That's the whole reason. That's like the main reason I wanted to redo the porch. I couldn't take the ceiling anymore, so I actually started to paint it, but with the way the paint was, it was chipping and everything. I still have a few clips of the footage when I first tried it. It was so bad it wasn't going to work. So I am going to do that. You're going to be able to see part of the ceiling I actually painted. Part of the ceiling of the porch I actually painted, but it just wasn't going to work. And I decided I want to paint it completely different anyway. So I'm still using the same colors, but I'm kind of glad it didn't work out, because now I want to do that kind of color scheme. Like maybe the beams are going to be, I think I said I'm going to make those white and then the rest blue. I don't remember, but it's going to be blue. It's all going to be the same color, but I'm going to kind of do kind of a pattern and a sequence, so you'll see what it looks like. And I really want to do it, but Black Friday the sale came and there wasn't really any deals for the paint sprayer that I wanted, and it's like over $400, and I'm not paying that when I know I can get it cheaper. So once I get the paint sprayer, I'm going to get that ceiling done. So now that I'm done talking about that, what I did with the bathroom, I honestly wanted hearts everywhere. I know I usually don't like hearts everywhere for Valentine's Day, but for some reason in the bathroom I said I just wanted to just vomit hearts everywhere, all over the place. When I first did it, I had a different vision. It didn't come out the way I wanted it to. It was kind of like an ombre, and it was like all over the front wall, and then it literally went up into the ceiling and came down on the back wall and kind of thinned out. but I didn't like the way it looked. It honestly, that was just way too much. And I said, you know what? Halfway through, I said, no, this is just too much. So I took them down, and I thought just the wall of hearts with a love sign in the middle, but the front wall was perfect. It's kind of giving classroom a little bit. I can't lie, but I do like it. I hate it, honestly. I can't lie. I hated it at first, but it grew on me more and more and more, and I really like it now. And then this wall with the owl, I got the little owl hanging sign from Dollar Tree. I think it's so cute. I had to have that, and I said, you know what? It's perfect with all the flowers, or on the leaves, excuse me, on the trees. Oh, it could be flowers. They're hearts, so I thought it went perfect with the heart theme. It plays really well. It's the centerpiece of that wall, but then all the other hearts, they're more subtle than the front wall. The hearts exploding around it, it's just like, it seems like a bouquet to me, and I really like it. And with the bookcase, I knew I was going to have the pink and red mesh ribbon, and I thought I didn't buy the kissing booth, but when I went to decorate, because I remember I said in the Dollar Tree video, I said, I'm not going to get that. I didn't buy that. I didn't end up getting it. I've been good. No, I bought it, and I'm glad I bought it because I needed that, and I thought it was really cute. And I actually kind of put it in front of one of the cats to see if it looked like an actual kissing booth, but their heads were too big. But I really, really like the way the booth came out. I thought I wanted it to be very feminine in this bathroom. I don't care if men come in here, if they come over, they'll be all right. They're just going there to go to the bathroom, wash their hands. I wanted the bathroom to be very feminine and very romantic, and I think I captured that. And that candle that was in there, I don't remember the name of it. It smells so good. I loved it. It's nothing left in there because I burnt all of it, but that's why I put it down there. But it smells so beautiful. And actually over the toilet where I had the bouquet, that's just a mesh ribbon bouquet. I just cut 2 long pieces of red mesh and pink mesh, and literally just kind of just folded them into each other and slid it right into the vase. And that vase, a little pink vase, is from Dollar Tree. And I like the way it came out. I already knew ahead of time I didn't want any real flowers out. I just wanted mesh ribbons to be my bouquets. You can definitely do mesh ribbon bouquets. You don't have to have real flowers. And sometimes they come out looking better or making more sense than if you use flowers. And then I left the runner from Christmas because why would I move it? It was red. It was perfect. So the runner worked out perfectly over there. And then I had the other little date night sign that I got from Dollar Tree, which I really love. And the fragrance that I'm using down here, yep, raspberries and with vanilla. I use it in the bathroom. I have Springtime in Paris in the kitchen. Oh my gosh, that smell, oh, so delicious. Bath and Body Works has to make that a staple. They can't just have it the one time and nothing at all. Like, no. But I had it in there. And then the hand towels, actually, they're actually dish towels. I use them as hand towels. The one with the owl, that was in TJ Maxx. I got that last year on sale, and it comes with a different dish towel, but I matched it with the other dish towel that I got from Marshall's because I like those playing off of each other. And I really like the way it came out, and I'm happy with the bathroom. At first I didn't like it, but it grew on me, and I hope it grows on you too. With that being said, that is the end of Valentine's Day. I hope you all are having or have had a beautiful Valentine's Day, and you can have a Valentine's all by your onesie. With that being said, I'm your hostess and Empress, Nikki T. Thanks for visiting my empire. Deuces.